So this will be a quick demo of how to make a contact sheet in Lightroom and then make it into a multiple page PDF when you're done. So I've selected just I don't know, 60 or so images on my Lightroom catalog. And in order to make a contact sheet or a proof sheet, I'm going to go to the print module and it's going to automatically populate these. You'll see if I click on the arrow here, I have 3 pages, 20 images to a page. I prefer that you keep your images roughly sized so that you get 20 to a normal 8 by 10 page. I don't know why I'm talking about pages because we're not actually printing these, but for sharing purposes, this works pretty well. So I normally do about a 1/2 inch margin around the outsides, 5 rows, 4 columns, and about 0.2 inch in between. You don't have to use these exact values, but I just ask that you keep it around 20 images to a page. I put the identity plate on with my name, and you can drag this around, but I normally put it up at the top out of the way. This is a good habit for when you do actually print these. So if you're passing around a room, you get them back to the person that they belong to. And then if you turn on photo info, it's really good to see what the file name is underneath, especially if you're doing like multiple, say 50 images of one thing, and then have 2 or 3 that look very similar, but the camera's maybe moved a little bit. So you can kind of pick it on the contact sheet and make sure you actually reference the exact file number instead of one of the ones that looks similar. And then down at the bottom, I'm going to have it set to printer. And this doesn't really matter. You don't want to hit print, but what you want to do is go into printer, and you could select a printer if you have one. Or usually there's an option to do any printer. Um, and I'm not quite sure why it's not giving me that option right now, but if it lets you choose, or if you don't have an actual printer, it should let you choose any printer. And what you're going to do is go to PDF, save as PDF, and then we'll choose our location. For right now, I'm just going to put it on the desktop, and I'll just call this, say, I'm going to put in my last name, underscore project. Let's call it project 1, and then contact sheet. Okay. And then we'll just go ahead and save. And I'll just grab this and open it up once it's actually loaded all the way here. There we go. It's just finishing up the job, and I'll open it. And so you'll see that now it's just 3 pages altogether. It gives you one file instead of the normal way of exporting them. When you set it to save as JPEG, it saves it as, in this case, 3 different JPEGs. It's better though if you just have one file and it's all combined together, and then you can just kind of scroll through them. Especially for sharing on Zoom, this makes it really easy to just kind of scroll up and down rather than having to flip through different pages. And with the Zoom, if you share a specific document, we'll see the first one you share, and then when you go and try to show us the next one, it becomes problematic because then you have to reshare to the new file. So this makes it easy to just kind of scroll through and share everything together.